Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So the news today is that IMVU has finally launched its VCOIN. So I don't know if you actually pronounce it. Maybe it's IMVU. I'm a total noob in this sort of stuff. IMVU is basically this. So this is a it's kind of like a chat platform. It's been around for quite a long time. It's kind of gradually kind of got a bit less chatting, a bit more visual. So one of the key parts of it is this avatar system. So you can kind of create avatars like this, and you could obviously dress them all up and change the body shape and character and all this sort of stuff. So there's quite a lot of that kind of fashion kind of element into it. There's creators who create all these kind of weird costumes and kind of animations and clothes and that sort of stuff. But it's broadly a kind of chat avatar platform with obviously a strong sort of dating element as well. So that's the platform. It's been around for about a decade now, and it has previously up to this point had this credit system. So there's a credit system that you go and buy these in-game credits like any typical currency. You buy them with your credit card, and then you use those to buy things in the game. You can buy clothes, you can set up spaces in the game, you can have events in the game. And so it's quite a strong economy has been created with certain people doing certain things. Division of labour, typical kind of capitalism. So some people are really good at setting up events. And then some people are good at being musicians, or some people are good at being the hostess or whatever. So there's kind of like people do certain things in the game in a creative manner. And this, for most of the people, the credit system kind of works fine. That they get some credits and then they spend the credits, and they don't really worry too much about kind of cashing them out. But obviously, over time, as these economies get more and more developed, some people, particularly I guess people in less developed parts of the world, where the kind of money you can make from this is more potentially more important to their livelihoods than it would be in Western Europe and North America and parts of Asia. They kind of make sense for there to be a cryptocurrency. So this is interesting in the sense that this is not the kind of project you would expect to be jumping into cryptocurrencies, but they are. They're an American-based company, so they've done it in a particular sort of way. They've done it in quite a kind of conservative way, I guess we could say, but it kind of makes sense in many respects, partly because they're an American company and partly because they're adding a cryptocurrency to an existing fairly deep economy. So let's go and have a quick look and see exactly kind of what's going on, and particularly I guess look at some of these restrictions that are placed on the V token. The V coin, which is actually an ERC, it's a standard ERC20 token. But let's just go and have a look at the FAQ on that. Okay, so this is the community centre for IMVU, and this goes into a little bit about VCOIN. So it doesn't actually, I don't know whether it's because my account is like a new account. That's probably, I've not really done anything in there. So maybe I can't get access to it at the moment. Maybe you have to go through a certain verification stage to buy this, or it may just be that they've not rolled it out yet to all accounts, I don't know. But we can see here how to purchase. The VCOIN is now live. And what you should see is you have the C kind of a credit option there, and now we have next to it, a bit difficult to see there, is this new VCOIN option. So obviously when you have VCOIN in the system, it will show up as what you've got. So in this case, 150 VCOIN. So VCOIN is purchased in exactly the same way as you would do the credit system. And I guess the developers are thinking at the beginning, most people probably won't be bothered too much about it. They've obviously got a lot of credits in the system already. You have to buy the VCOIN with fiat currency. You can't transfer it for the credits that are already in the system. So this is kind of like a super currency that will hopefully gradually over time, people will get more of it, and then it will kind of take on a life cycle of its own. So they don't think everyone's going to be piling in to buy VCOINs immediately. Now this thing's live, and we can kind of see because you're buying this with fiat currency. They kind of have an issue they have a kind of a fixed rate. So $1 is 250 VCOINs. So you don't get any discount for buying more, because this is obviously a cryptocurrency now. That would be one of the interesting things to see, that within the ecosystem there will be it will be like a pegged currency, obviously external to the app, these VCoins will leak out into the Ethereum ecosystem. We'll have a look at how that will happen, and obviously there'll be a different price then. So it could be a premium outside the system. It could be undervalued outside the system. And I mean, it's not the only game to do that. So Splinterlands, which is a blockchain game, it also has an internal peg for its dark energy crystals. So it can work. Obviously, it can also cause problems. So this is when you've got your VCoin, you can send it to people. So you can use it. This is what you can normally do with the credit system anyway. So this is no different. Interesting that so the VCoin is an ERC20 token, but it is not running on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's running on a kind of a side chain, a proprietary side chain. So that's being held, by the company. You can't just kind of send this stuff out immediately to the Ethereum blockchain. So it actually works pretty fast. You're going to get this immediately. It's going to effectively be like a kind of like a centralized blockchain, although it is an ERC20 token. If you're gifting, minimum is 20 VCoin, and there's a 5% fee. So to a degree, that's kind of discouraging people from using this for gifting a little bit, I suppose. Withdrawing VCoin, this is the interesting bit. So in order to withdraw VCoin, and by this it means withdraw it to an external Ethereum wallet. Actually, again, there's restrictions here. So you have to turn on two-factor authentication or authorization. So that's basically a security mechanic. And you can only link it to an Uphold account. So Uphold is like a standard cryptocurrency wallet. It's used by the Brave browser as well, so it's pretty well established. But you can't just withdraw your VCoin to a MetaMask directly. It has to go through Uphold. Obviously, that's just kind of gating the flow and making sure there's no kind of issues with money laundering, I suppose, and that sort of thing. Also, all VCoin received or purchased must mature. So they've made up this term. Must remain within the platform for 30 days. So you can't just gift someone $1 million of VCoin and they can cash it out straight away to their bank account. So it's got to be there for a month, like a cooling down period, and then you once you do that, you can go through the withdrawal mechanic. Current processing time 3 to 5 business days. So there's just a lot of steps, a lot of restrictive steps in here. This is partly to do because VCoin is actually it is kind of accredited by the SEC in America as not being a security. So it's not a stable coin, even though it's kind of pegged within the system. It is a cryptocurrency. The price outside of the system could go up or down, and even within the system could go up or down, I suppose, depending on I don't think they'll want to do that, of course, but it could go up or down, depending on how the economy works. But they just have these strong kind of restrictive processes to try and stop the economy getting out of sync or getting kind of too much speculative pressure going on, because this is designed to be a kind of better currency than what they've already got, but it's also it is designed not to increase in value by 500% sort of thing like Bitcoin is at the moment. So there we go. Once it's been processed, it will appear in your Upload account, and at this point, once VCoin is sitting in your Uphold account, as any other ERC20, you can trade it for another cryptocurrency. So within Uphold, you can do exchanges, or you can obviously send it as any other ERC token. You can send it then to a MetaMask. And I guess this is what the interesting thing for me is. Obviously, it's not going to happen straight away because it's going to be 30 days and then at least 3 days processing before any of this stuff comes out. But eventually, of course, I would imagine within 30 plus 3 days, within a month, there's going to be a Uniswap liquidity pool based on this sort of stuff, and then we'll actually start to see some pricing, kind of. Not necessarily speculation, but it'd be interesting to see how the price external to the price internal works. Again, the other thing that obviously crypto people are going to be interested in that. Obviously, people within the ecosystem, it's going to take them time to kind of educate themselves in potentially what a cryptocurrency is. I don't think this is an audience that is particularly buying a lot of Bitcoin and ETH at the moment. Obviously, some people will be, but it's not a crypto first sort of audience. So. I guess what's more interesting for me is the people at IMVU were they've been working on this for quite a long time. This is the kind of culmination of kind of a year's process. So they've obviously understood that what they think cryptocurrencies can do, the value of them, the things that they do really well. Obviously, they've built some safeguards in to kind of mitigate against the things that cryptocurrencies can do badly, if you put it that way. But I think this is very much the first. This is kind of sort of provides the kind of a blueprint for similar kind of applications, because all these applications, all these things have their own internal digital currencies. They're just not blockchain currencies. And I think over time, presuming this stuff goes well, we'll see more of them going on this dual system, and we'll see over time more of these platforms focusing on cryptocurrencies, because they're just so much more valuable. And it's particularly valuable for people in I think in developing countries who are potentially spending a lot of time in these situations, or could spend a lot of time in these platforms doing useful stuff. But at the moment, in the current kind of economic system, it's very hard to cash money out. So in IMVU, you can at the moment cash out credits to PayPal, but PayPal's not available everywhere, and the process is obviously cumbersome and costly in a way that it isn't necessarily with cryptocurrencies. So we'll wait and see what happens. Pretty interesting times. I'll see if I can ever get around to purchasing some VCOIN, go through that kind of process. So it'll be interesting from that point of view. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World. Seeing as everything goes towards blockchain in the end, doesn't it? Well, probably not everything, but we're starting to see the adoption by people we wouldn't necessarily think would be adopting it. So that's great to see. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel. See you again soon.